This week on Wildcat News, we talked to students at the stand for the Second Walkout.
We discuss the rising popularity of Photoshop.
And we talk about conspiracy theories.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now. Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Mason Butcher.
And I'm Miranda Bean.
Last week, students walked out of school to stand for their rights. Landry Connors reports.
On Wednesday, May 2nd at 10 o'clock, a walkout took place for those that support the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Junior Michael Guzman attended the walkout to defend his rights.
Due to the actions of certain people, like this recent school shootings, a lot of people have been saying, we should get rid of guns, we should put more laws on guns. But what people don't understand is that it already is really hard for someone to buy a firearm. There's a lot of background checks, and you have to go through a really long process. And, the Second Amendment's been given to us for a reason. It's to defend ourselves in case anything bad ever does happen.
Junior Scott Ross believes that civilians need firearms for when the police are not on the scene.
It takes some time for law enforcement to get to your house. So if you have a situation where you need law enforcement, you should be able to take action to protect yourself and your family before they get there.
Freshman Tavoria Harris believes that guns exist for safety reasons.
We should have our guns. That's protection, and that's the reason why we have them. So they shouldn't be taken away because every single person is not going to give their guns away. So either way, in the end, it's still going to be our Second Amendment.
Ross feels that many people do not support the Second Amendment because of the tragedies that have occurred involving guns.
People are always just scared because they see the news and they see this one bad thing happening. But there's also a lot of experience where guns have saved a lot of people and guns have protected people from a lot of bad things.
I'm Landry Connors, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Landry. Last Friday, the 2018 Junior Marshals were announced.
From the graduation ceremony to senior awards night, Junior Marshals are alongside the graduating class. Assistant Principal Melissa Finch is one of the many staff members who works hard to make graduation a success.
For senior awards night, they're there just to kind of help the seniors it be in place at the correct time, come across stage, things like that. For graduation, they actually have a much bigger role. They actually kind of run graduation because the seniors are not thinking about graduation and they're not thinking about where they're supposed to be in line. So my junior marshals are really my right hands. They are there to make sure that the seniors line up correctly. They mark the rows, like the junior marshals sit on either end of the row. When the students get up to walk across the stage, they are the ones that stand up, guide the seniors so they're in the right place, and then come back and sit down with them.
The top 30 students in the junior class are chosen every year to be junior marshals, and junior Carolyn Christ is at the top of her class and is the lead marshal.
I'm the lead junior marshal, so it's my job to help make sure everything's in order, and I'll be giving a speech. It makes me feel accomplished, it's nice to know that all your hard work has paid off. I'm looking forward to just being at graduation and helping where I can.
Finch gives advice to students looking to become a junior marshal.
You certainly want to take classes that are challenging. You can look at some AP classes. You definitely want to make sure that you are maintaining positive GPA, studying hard, making good grades, making sure that the classes that you're in, you're putting forth the effort to get as many points as possible and to work toward that.
Chris shares how she feels about being a junior marshal.
It wasn't my main focus when I went into high school to be a junior marshal, but then when we first got our transcripts and I saw I was up at the top, I wanted to try to be first. I was excited because it's nice to know my hard work did have an impact on achievements. I think it's an honor to be a junior marshal because they want you to be part of their graduation for the class of 2018.
Thanks, Miranda. With the rise of social media, Photoshop has become more popular. Caroline Carlson reports.
Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and other social media sites are all platforms where users can post their pictures. But how many of those pictures are the originals? According to fstoppers.com, 68% of adults edit their pictures before posting them. Sophomores Jillian Cook and Jeremiah Barber believe the pressure to use Photoshop apps like Facetune, an app used to edit, enhance, and retouch pictures, is more focused around women. Cook expresses what would be different if photoshopping never became so common. According to UNC.edu, 53% of 13-year-old girls are unhappy with their bodies. That number increases to 78% by the age 17. Barbara believes there is a difference in altering the little things in a photo to completely morphing someone's physical appearance. Cook feels empathy for those who want to edit their insecurities away. I'm Caroline Carlson, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Caroline. The revival of a popular app has been up in the air. Emma Pollard looks into it.
Last year, one of the internet's favorite video hosting services was shut down, Vine. The platform allowed users to share short 6-second videos and quickly became known for its collection of funny and quotable clips. Today, however, there's talk of a resurrection of the app, commonly known as Vine 2.0. Freshman Allison Wade describes why she thinks Vine became so popular.
They're original and they were short and funny. And so I know we don't really have a big attention span. So when something can make me laugh that hard in at least 6 seconds, it's pretty cool, you know?
In late 2017, Vine co-founder Dom Hoffman hinted at a revival of the app. Sophomore Lauren Dodd believes that this anticipation of the app can lead to success.
As they made it a big deal that it got canceled and everything, I feel like if they brought it back, it would make money. It'd be more successful than it was last time.
Wade shares her concerns regarding the possible new version.
If a new platform was brought around, I'm a little scared that they would try to make it too Instagram-like. That's what I'm thinking, Instagram, Snapchat. I feel like it should just be like the original Vine.
Wade feels that there's not a need for a Vine 2.0.
I don't think it should be brought back because it should just be left alone. It happened and there's a bunch of compilations on YouTube that I watch still. But if it was brought back, I would get on it, probably.
On May 4th, Dom Hoffman tweeted that the project had been postponed. I'm Emma Pollard, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Emma. Now let's head over to Grayson Betts with the rundown.
I'm Grayson Betts and welcome to the rundown. Here's last week's scores. Last Thursday, varsity baseball lost 8-3 and varsity softball won 11-9 against Clayton. Now for the game of the week.
Last Thursday, varsity softball hosted the Clayton Comets. Riley Wheeler gets a single off of a hit through the gap. Savannah Kraft catches a fly ball at second base.
Please catch that. Please catch it. Did you have that on video? Yes.
Chloe Milliron gets a single off of an error. Anna Barber gets a triple and an RBI. The Wildcats won 11-9.
Weightlifting is a popular class among athletes. Mason Butcher reports.
Around 9.1% of high schoolers in America lift weights according to the Bureau of Labor. Juniors Chase Barham and Jawan Thorpe believe weightlifting helps you grow as a person.
I mean, it's taught a lot me about hard work, you know, like things you want in life, you gotta work for it. It's not just gonna come easy to you, and everything will pay off with some dedication.
You know, it made me stronger. You know, I've been weightlifting since freshman year, because I went to Cleveland freshman year, and you know, they're a hard-working program. But you know, it's boosting my confidence up, because the more weight you get, you know, you feel stronger every day.
Thorpe got motivation to start lifting weights during football season freshman year.
I was on JV, I started out, and I seen this big linebacker. I'm talking about he's jacked, huge arms, full forearms. His arms probably the size of my legs. And I asked him how he got that big. He said he just lifted every day in school and outside of school. You know, this inspired me to get bigger so I could compete in varsity.
Football is the reason Barham continues to lift weights.
I never really had a real interest in lifting weights until I started playing football, you know, and seeing as it's very important for us to be strong, it really inspired me to get in the weight room and get better for next season.
Thorpe believes the introduction of a new coach will help enhance his weightlifting experience.
And this year, since we got a new coach, you know, he's turning around, because last year we just played basketball and weightlifting all day. Didn't really care, we just messed around and stuff, but he's turning the whole program around and making it hard working, dedicated.
Tonight, softball and baseball playoffs begin. I'm Grayson Betts, and that's our week's rundown.
Thanks, Grayson. There are many people that question many things that they are taught to believe.
According to Time.com, conspiracy theories started to become widely popular around the 1960s and have continued to increase in popularity over the years. About 42% of Americans will believe in at least one conspiracy theory at some point in their lives. Freshman William Ivey explains what conspiracy theories are.
It's a theory that, dabbles in the unknown of an event that happens, like a political fiasco, a natural disaster, a disease outbreak, and it basically gives another perspective, like what if something's not what it looks like.
There are several different kinds of conspiracy theories that involve death and disappearances to the government and religion. Ivy and Wilcox share their favorite conspiracies they've learned about.
People started realizing that some people thought Nelson Mandela died back in the 80s, and then some people don't remember it that way. So the whole conspiracy is that the government went back in time and prevented Nelson Mandela from dying in prison in the 80s. So, and you can see it in things like Febreze. Some people remember it as 2 E's or 1 E, or like the Berenstein Bears or the Berenstein Bears.
I've heard a lot that are just funny to me that I don't believe in, but the only one that I actually would consider believing in is how JFK died when he got shot. That's the only one I really would believe in, is that the government kind of set him up to it because the security on the whole day was pretty off and they didn't really protect him like they should.
Wilcox shares what she believes to be the effects of believing in conspiracy theories.
Some negative things is that it'll start rumors, and then if they're really serious ones about like how presidents died and just other big things in history, it can kind of cause an uproar or distrust in the government, and so it can have a lot of backlash from it.
There's a controversy surrounding if people should believe conspiracy theories and if they are credible. Wilcox and Ivy explain how they feel about the dispute.
Some people might believe in conspiracy theories because they just don't really understand how something could happen in the first place, so they kind of create a story that makes more sense to them that would explain what happened, but sometimes they come across as childish because they're really far-fetched.
It's kind of fun to believe in them, to me personally, because it's another point of view that not a lot of people would think of, and some conspiracy theories have a lot of facts and leaked documents and stuff like that could kind of support their theory, so it makes it easily believable.
Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Miranda Bean.
And I'm Mason Butcher. Thanks for watching and have a great week.